We are back.
And we're back with 2 Dunedin locals.
No.
I thought Peter Bird was from Auckland. Hold on.
He's representing Dunedin again, and that's fair enough. He did do a lot of work in Dunedin and ran the scene down there for.
So you could put literally any city on Peter Bird's name and probably would be fine.
He could represent Rotorua as well.
That's so true. But yeah, we got Mekk-Knight Invoked versus Peter Bird on Kashtira, which we saw a little earlier. And obviously, Harrison almost taking the meta call of not showing up, but here he is.
And our other top 4 match, I've been told, is
obviously Runic Maturia.
Dudson.
Dudson? I haven't actually seen Dudson this time. What's he on?
He is on
Mathmech. So a pretty, besides Mekk-Knight Invoked, pretty expected top cut. You know, Naturia, Runic, Kashtira, Mathmech, but Mekk Invoked, funnily enough, a local at Auckland, Capano, who often watches the streams. Shout outs to Capano. But yeah, he loves this deck. Like, he's been playing Mekk-Knight Invoked or like Mekk-Knight Invoked Dogmatica for like
years.
I think since Rise of the Duelist came out. So actually pretty familiar with what this deck is doing this format. And it's kind of similar to what Drew was doing with Zodiac, like just good staples, some good engines. It seems like a theme this season. Good engines, good staples, and a couple of win conditions, and there you go. That's a deck.
We saw Peter Bird obviously in, I think it was round number 2 or 3.
I think it was round 2, and he was. I think he was. No, it was round 3 because he was 1-1. So it seems like he managed to win all the other games and take himself to top 4.
Hasn't opened super well. It's 2
that is not the best open.
A Lance.
Oh, is that like 5 spell traps? Is that 3 Imperm, Lance, and
Rise Heart.
Cross out, I think.
He is going second, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's actually not that bad. If he draws Unicorn off the top, he just wants it more. But Harrison, pretty decent opening Magical Meltdown.
Yep, Meltdown into Alistair. We've seen this play now for probably 5 years.
Bets in chat now. Did he draw Invocation? No, he doesn't.
He didn't.
Unfortunate. So, pretty much every time I've ever impermed an Alistair, they just go, cool, Invocation.
It's almost expected.
Yeah.
So it looks like he has a whole bunch of monsters in hand and a triple tactics talent, which isn't going to do a lot against what Peter Bird has in hand.
No, but I wonder if he's on. Did I see an Ecclesia? Nope. Just secure Gardener pass. Okay. Probably hoping that Peter Bird fired off like a monster effect.
Oh, Peter did go first and just passed turn.
Oh no! Why? I mean, looking at his hand, I can see why. Yeah.
He does have the Finra.
Well, there we go. That's a good card. We found one, both.
Yep,
oddly enough, Fenrir actually not full combo.
No, Unicorn definitely the better card to open in the Kashtira deck itself.
He could go for like a Scareclaw Kashtira and banish the Rise Heart from hand to make a rank 7, or he could just summon the Rise Heart. That's probably a better play, to be honest. Do you just like search Unicorn and be like, oh, I'll get it next turn? I almost feel like you do, right?
I think so. With the Rise Heart in hand, potentially.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like, nah. I'll just do Fenrir stuff, and then if you out that, I'll use Unicorn.
Yep. So
hitting him with Droll. Droll's pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean,
the thing is, we have the Rise Heart in hand, so we can still sort of combo.
I think as well.
Not like
Bird was on
full combo.
He was on a copy of, I think, I'll just go back to the deck list.
He's playing a Droll, right?
He is playing a Droll, so he could have crossed out of the Droll. He's chosen not to because I don't think
he can search anymore.
Really does anything with his current hand.
I literally don't think he can search another card, so he's probably just going to banish a card he doesn't want to draw here. Maybe like another copy of Unicorn, or like maybe the Kashtira Ogre. Either that, or he sets up like a Theosis and banished for maybe later on making it a Rise Heart. He's kind of got like everything here. Like, to be honest, even this board state, in a simplified game state, I mean, Fenrir every turn, kind of good. Banish those Alistairs face down. There you go, top 3 cards. It looks like we're going for a Tribute Summoned Unicorn. Wait, I didn't even see this line, but he's under Droll.
He is
Wait, yeah, no, this is a market downgrade. I think he forgot he was on a draw there. He got too excited about the spicy play. I did not expect the tribute summon unicorn. Looks like neither did Harrison Jenkins there.
He does, however, get to look at the extra deck now and get rid of a problem.
That's true. But I'm much happier to stare down a unicorn than I am a Fenrir myself.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
think it's a little bit... seeing the Mekk-Knight cards, so we're getting information about what else lurks in the deck. Maybe he thinks twice about where he sets his back row. Chooses to take the Morning Star. I mean, if Harrison's on 1, that seems correct. Thinking about, ooh, how many cards should I set, knowing I'm up against Mekk-Knights. Yeah, opting not to set the cross out, probably smart. Just ending on unicorn and an imperm. Could be worse. I do like that Peter didn't set any of the imperms. And then there's a Gamma Seal. Oh, if this is followed by Blue Sky. Nope, Alistair instead.
Alistair.
Yeah.
Imperm.
Second imperm. Okay, now if it's Blue Sky, we win the game. Harrison, like, please activate Ash Blossom. I really need you to activate a monster effect.
Nah,
There's another draw in his hand.
Yeah, Nibiru draw and it looks like a triple tactics talent. Peter though, opening...
Bit of a slugger, drawing Ibli for turn. Not
Ibli.
a good draw at all. Just gonna battle phase and swinging in there.
Yeah, super simplified game state here.
You like can't Ibli because that gives your opponent materials to make a link monster. And a column, like, genuinely would be bad. You just pass. I mean, you know. Mekk-Knights, they might just brick again. He's going to set cross out, potentially.
Oh, it's really worth it.
Don't exactly. No, he's going to go for the Ibli. I don't know about that. Giving the opponent the card, but that is a free 99 link material to make a any of the Mekk-Knight links or a lot of the generic links this deck plays. Interesting, interesting. Can we normal summon Gyasu? No. Actually, that looks like World Legacy memory, so actually... might have been the play. Feels like Peter Bird just gave Harrison a blocker.
Yeah, I mean, Ibli, I suppose he has burned through the links though for the Alistair. He has used his Almirage
True.
and Secure Guard now, and Peter knows this. He did get to look at the extra deck.
Switch Gamma Seal to defense.
Yeah.
What a game. What a game we got going on.
Pass turn.
You know, Blue Sky's a level 5. You could tribute summon it. Just saying. No, we're going for the droll. Normal summon droll. And that's what I mean. Like, this is just free link, right? Am I mistaken? I feel like that was a
potentially
maybe not the correct play. Drew Ash for turn. Okay. But no, no, there we go. There's the Blue Sky getting ashed, but I think from here we have like a bit more commanding presence on the board state. There's the tactics finally getting to draw 2 off of that card. And he drew Invocation and Book of the Law. You've got to be kidding me. There's no way we're on Book of the Law. That's so cool. Book of the Law, a quick play that lets you change an Invoked Fusion for a different Invoked Fusion. It's cool. It's like a cool card. Surprised it never saw play. I think a couple decks played 1 because it's searchable off of the Alistair Link 2. Seeing here, oh yeah, Invocation. I can take cards from your graveyard. Probably not worth banishing Kashtira cards though. Oh, but Purgatrio.
Fire.
But imagine. Kind of would imagine putting Rise Heart in the banish zone is like a net negative. Theosis can get it back, maybe. Speaking of getting cards back, though, there's Alistair.
Yeah, the recursion engine that definitely.
No, we did. I was like, we normal draw, so we have normal, but Alistair for next turn, not bad.
Well, here he can blow.
Oh, it's super polymerization. That's not bad. Right, obviously thinking about like what's my next play. Well, Mekk-Knight Invoked is like a deck that's been around for so long. Has seen like zero play in the last, I don't know, 2 years, and now has suddenly like kind of made a resurgence. Is normal summon Alistair good enough now? Is it like just that weak of a format?
Potentially. I mean, it always does sort of rear its head in these like very open and diverse formats where it does what it does just very well. It doesn't require your opponent to really interact with you all that much. It's more of a sort of a deck that it really doesn't care what your opponent does.
Yeah. And I mean, we saw like Zodiac going second. Now we got Mekk-Knight Invoked, which kind of wants to go second. Going second, kind of strong right now as well, which you don't often say in Yu-Gi-Oh.
So managing to get over the Gamma with the Alistair's effect in the hand.
Kind of an honorary Mekk-Knight card, Gamma-Seal. One of the only kaijus that most Mekk-Knights can actually attack over.
Does Harrison have a super poly target here? Because he does have Book of Law.
Yeah, there's got to be a target.
I mean, if he does, this is potentially game.
I get Mud Dragon of the Swamp.
Well, not quite. $1,000.
No, that's not quite.
If he had
Getting
Blue Sky
Mekova though,
attack
kind of
mode-
cute. Yeah. That's 2,500. I don't think there's a target.
No.
I don't think there's a target that puts Peter Bird on 0. I think you could make Mud Dragon of the Swamp, but Mekova is a machine and Blue Sky is a psychic.
He did choose to put the Blue Sky in defense. I'm not 100% sure if that was the
That's true.
decision.
Yeah, that would have been that would have been game. That's fine. I think Mekova will beat whatever Peter Bird's going on. His hand is did not get any better. There's the dimensional barrier that he's main decking, and that will be game 1.
Yeah, so game 1 goes to Mekk-Knight Invoked. Harrison Jenkins there.
In
taking it out.
Peter Bird's defense, that was an unplayable hand. Was it?
Yes,
Impum, Lance Riseheart? No, it was double Impum, cross-out designator, Lance Riseheart. That is.
I think as well, the big mistake came was when he tribute summoned for the Unicorn.
Yeah, that was massive. Yeah, he just forgot he was under draw. It could not have gone worse for Peter there.
No. I think he definitely forgot the fact that he was under draw, and then also kind of just backfired a bit because he would have had that Unicorn still in hand for the following turn, and also made Harrison's Gamma-Seal much more effective.
Oh, it was like catastrophic, yeah. But I mean, Droll, it's a card that affects the entire turn, not something that you have to do a lot when you're comboing. You're more likely, getting Nibiru, getting hit by infinite impermanence. Yeah, what an odd game 1. It was odd. It was certainly odd. Both players kind of opening average, I guess,
also
against each other's hands.
I do wonder why Peter didn't activate the cross-out designator turn 1 against the draw. In the end, I mean, hindsight, obviously he may have been holding it for other things, but
it's possible he said like, oh, I don't need to use cross-out here because I have like the I have the follow-up. I can just sit on Fenrir and then summon Unicorn as if like he hadn't been drolled. You know what I mean? Like, talked yourself into one play, then kind of autopiloted it into the other play you considered. Like, he probably thought, oh, I could cross out this, then tribute summon Unicorn, chose the other play, and then sort of like continued with the original game plan. Maybe that just threw him off. We all make mistakes, folks. You could tell as well the minute he summoned Unicorn, like he knew. Like, there was no I don't even think he attempted to activate it. He just went like, yes, I see. I have made a choice here. I do forget that you can just like tribute summon the Kashtiras. This goes to show I haven't really played the deck very much.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the merits of the deck. It's very consistent.
I actually really like. I like Fenrir.
Fenrir's cool. Yeah.
I think Fenrir is cool. I think like Ogre is cool. I like the main deck monsters are really fantastic.
Just quite an impressive extra deck monster.
Yeah. And the ceiling of the deck being so uninteractive, I find like it's not my play style. If I were to play Kashtira, I'd probably try to
make it a combo.
Make it more of a control deck, which I think is like incorrect. So I'm gonna stick to my my Naturia Runics and my T elements. Thank you. Whoa! Tactics, Meltdown, Ash, Harpies, Alistair. That is a decent open. And he's going first. Peter Bird with the fake out, making him go first.
He
pretty good against Mekk-Knights.
It looks like he has Alistair in hand as well.
He does have Alistair, so you know. And tactics. Actually, this is catastrophic for Peter Bird here.
Oof. So Planet Unicorn. It's a good opening by Peter Bird as well. I mean,
it's a great open by Peter Bird. It's actually really hard. I think you take the infinite impermanence here. Because you can negate the evenly. You can negate the evenly with Mekk-Knight, and then you know, try to contest the Kashtira plays. You know, we have our own Ash for Unicorn, and I don't think Peter has a play through that. Like, you could field spell grab Rise Heart, but that's presuming he doesn't lead on field spell, which I think you probably shouldn't, but he might, because it's just like such a classic play, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think Harrison, like, yes, he'll be feeling pretty good right now, but seeing the Unicorn and the field spell,
and the evenly like that, and you're making Mekk-Knight to literally just trade for evenly, and you know it, right? Like, this is not the nicest play to keep a card in hand. Do we have a trap card to negate evenly? Wait, did we have a trap card? Actually, who cares if you get evenly? What do you lose? Meltdown? Wait, yeah. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Oop.
I guess the trick is like Peter Bird's deck trades a lot better for one negates than Harrison's, right? Like,
all cross out as well. Good draw.
That's not bad.
I mean,
yeah, because like Harrison has Mekk-Knight, but like every turn Peter can present a Kashtira monster, which sort of threatens the Mekk-Knight, right?
Correct. Yeah. I think
we can go Unicorn here, and then if he goes Mekk-Knight banish, we just go field spell add Fenrir. And if he uses Ash Blossom, you have cross out. I think this is looking pretty good for Peter. Just take some time to think about it. I think you'll nail it.
Yeah, he'll be thinking through the plays here. He's start opening up with the planet. The planet already.
I think he wants to. Yeah, I think he wants to lead on Fenrir. We're going to say no to that.
Interesting.
Harrison is going to be really upset when he sees the cross out, because this Ash would do so much work here.
Oh yeah. I think as well. There we go. There's the Ash.
There's the cross out. Yep.
He's not going to.
Harrison nodding like, yeah, you got me. You got me. This is This is a scoop face, right? We know the card in hand is Harpy's Feather Duster, and this is full Kashtira combo. Get Theosis, Fenrir, Rise Heart, make a Rise Heart. Yeah, we win here. I mean, we know the card in hand, right? It's Alistair.
Alistair, yeah. Yeah, so no more interaction left from Harrison this turn. But yeah, right now we're going to see the one card combo of Kashtira, showcasing why this deck is the powerhouse that it is.
It does it every turn, if you let it.
So now
an ulti Fenrir?
No, I think that's the Ultra.
Looks kind of circular. Alright, summoning Rise Heart. Going straight for the Big Bang. He's just doing the play around Nibiru play again, which it makes sense. Like,
I mean,
he does know that the last card in hand is Alistair, so there's actually no reason to play around that. But crossout was huge there. That is a good crossout memento. I disagree with this because I think Peter Bird, like, you know, it's Alistair. You could just go full combo, but yeah, why take the risk? I guess. All right, we have our Trident online. Now, the one mistake Peter Bird could make is attacking into Mekk-Knight here, right?
Yeah, I think he knows this.
And he knows that, yeah.
Yeah. Banishing the Mekk-Knight.
Fair enough. Yeah, I probably would have made Shangri Era and been a bit more greedy there, personally. Why not, right?
Yeah, especially knowing the one card.
You know the card. I mean, he might not remember. He might have not been paying attention to what Mekk-Knight discarded, for example. Because this is 0 interrupts against Alistair, right? Am I mistaken? This is 0 interrupts?
He could go into a Zeus though, right?
He could. If he'd made Shangri-Ira, he could have made Zeus and kept the Arise Heart. Or just kept the Shangri-Ira and contested.
Just chooses to pass turn.
Oh, there's Alistair, baby. This puts up something before Arise Heart is able to activate. And in fact, Arise Heart is mandatory, so if we make Mekova with the Invocation, technically could out it. Although we know the card in hand is a trap card. He might have drawn a Mega Summon. I think he's playing like all of the tech. Oh no, it's there can be only one.
Not super useful in this current state, but
no, I mean again, all the main deck Kashtira kind of sort of different types. A couple of them. So it is not currently better Dryden. It is just Darklaw. So we can Invocation. Problem is, if we Invocation banish the Alistair, Peter Bird can take it.
Oh yeah.
And
funny interaction actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like we don't get to get him back, right? So
he's just gonna set Erkin one and pass, yeah.
And is that Pressured Planet for
Planet,
turn?
yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, there can be only one's not gonna do a lot against that. Unfortunate.
So Pressured Planet activate, add in the Kashtira.
We just get Rise Heart here, right? And we can Rise Heart banish Theosis.
That
and
monster is, I didn't see. There's another level 7.
Oh, it gets Scareclaw Kashtira. Also good.
What is that? Hang on a second. I need to find out in the deck
Did
list.
you see something?
In the side, it looks like some level 7 water.
Oh, I have no idea. There's the Rise Heart, which is a warrior. The Scareclaw is a beast warrior, and our Rise Heart is a machine. So currently still fine.
Okay, it's called Medium of the Ice Barrier.
Huh?
If your opponent controls 4 or more cards than you do, special summon this card from your hand. Your opponent can activate 1 spell or trap per turn.
No, I know what Medium of the Ice Barrier is.
Yeah. He's on that.
He's on 2.
2 of them in the side, yeah.
Let him cook. Let him cook. You know, that's.
I suppose like going second.
It's
right?
to out double evenly matched, I guess. I mean, what the hell?
Going second.
That is a very old card showing up in this format.
Maybe it could stop Runic. Maybe I'm not sure.
Well, there's no searching for level 7s in the deck, so you just have to draw it.
Hard draw it. Yeah.
He's also on Desires over Prosperity, which I find really interesting.
I mean, I'm not against that.
If you draw it,
yeah,
it's probably pretty good against the mirror, right? They can only activate 1 spell trap. Yeah, very strange.
I mean, I was talking. Sorry, the Desires over Prosperity. I think that's like. I mean, obviously, Prosperity is more of a consistency booster, but at the same time, Desires is always a +1.
Yeah, he's like trying to build his deck to like it's like more of a control version of Kashtira if you look at it, right?
Yeah.
Even down to like only 2 Theosis, playing the Iblis main deck, playing the cross out, playing the preparations. Yeah, it makes sense. Like you want to draw cards and have a bunch of Kashtira cards in your hand.
So here, 1-1 going into game number 3 of the top 4. Having a look at each person's side. I mean, don't have the Mekk-Knight list.
Do you think he's bringing in Medium of the Ice Barrier?
Potentially, but
I mean, the Dimensional Shifter could be good.
He did bring it in for that game because I saw him when he was searching for his deck. Like he did have it.
The strange thing about Peter Bird's side deck is he's on like a lot of 1-offs, right? 1 Nibiru, 1 Pancratops, 1 Eclipse, 1 Harpies, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Triple Tactics Thrust, and 1 Hey Trunade. Clearly all either cross-out targets or thrust targets. Which means the only cards he has left that are sort of like quote-unquote generic are Shifter and Spooky Dogwood.
I think Spooky would be fine, but
it would be funny.
15 minutes on the clock. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's worth it.
It's a lot of 1-offs, and of course he's like maining the evenly matched. He's maining the Droll, maining the Ash, maining the Imperm. So like he hasn't got nothing for going second, but there aren't a lot of things I would say like that's the Mekk-Knight Invoked matchup hand trap.
So it looks like an Ash Blossom. Double Ash Blossom on Harrison's side. And
Making Peter Bird go first. I love it. Neither of these players wants to go first.
So
Well, that actually ends the turn.
she does have an imperm, but that's looking like it.
That's it. Yep. One of the weaknesses of Kashtira, if your unicorn is interrupted, that sometimes just does it.
Yeah, especially with no follow up there with the field
So we
spell.
got- Was it Ash Imperm versus Mech Invoked going second? I don't think that's good.
So
There's the
Imperm
column.
on the other side as well.
Peter, like, can I fire the Imperm now? I don't want to call him anymore. Okay, Imperm's pretty good against Purple Nightfall. Alternatively, he could hold the Purple Nightfall to dodge Imperm. Instead, just activates it. Okay, he must have activated Purple. Which, honestly, I think Harrison is, like, completely fine with.
Harrison as well, having another copy of Ash in the hand.
So we
ready
can
for the next turn.
We can attack over Unicorn because it only has 2100 defense, and then the advantage of Purple Nightfall is that that card just kind of gets you infinite value. It's just a really, really good recursive value engine against
Oh, Pressure Planet is what he wanted off the top though.
decent. Yeah.
Looks like Kashtira Fenrir as well is the other
For
card.
Harpy's Feather Duster coming down. That's painful.
Yeah,
It was
taking
only
up-
Evenly and World Legacy Secret actually weren't doing much.
So Fenrir
Fenrir. Yikes.
using Fenrir effect, and that will be met with another copy of Ash Blossom. But that's fine because now he has the planet, and he knows that he probably will get to resolve that.
What's he gonna make though?
Oh, is it Cash? Oh, is it on card? I think it's Yep, it wasn't.
Oh, it's
planet, so-
Theosis.
yeah,
Oh, that's
Theosis,
much
yeah.
better.
Yeah, Peter will be feeling pretty good right now.
Significantly better than Planet there.
Yeah.
That is like the best draw in his deck. We've already used the Unicorn, so we probably get Ogre here, I'd say. I think Ogre makes the most sense.
Yeah, Ogre setting up the trap like reborn in the Unicorn the following turn, something along those lines.
The other option is just to get a Unicorn and just like have it. Could be decent. Seems like what he's going for. Yeah, just get Unicorn for a get Birth. Oh yeah, no, this is full combo.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I like forgot that he hadn't used Unicorn this turn, to be honest.
I thought it got Ash, but
No,
Oh,
that was
no,
previous
that
turn.
was
Yeah,
Fenrir.
he led with
got
Fenrir,
Ash this
yeah.
turn, yeah. Yeah, this is fine. He knows now he's got access to the Arise Heart again, or if he really wants to, start going down the Shangri-La lines, because he knows that there's not much left on Harrison's side.
Yeah, one thing about Harrison's play there is setting the evenly matched. I mean, obviously,
Questionable,
like, you know,
I don't think
looking
it
in
was-
hindsight, obviously a lot easier, but, you know, I almost feel like the evenly matched is your insurance, and now it's gone because of Harpy's Feather Duster.
Never been a fan myself of setting an evenly matched. I always just feel like that card never gets to resolve on your opponent's turn.
They usually deal with your spells and traps first before they go
Yes.
to battle. So we're using the Fenrir here, trying to target the Purple Nightfall. Going to chain the Purple Nightfall.
Are you thinking this one through?
Letting it get banished, searching for any Mekk-Knight monster. I presume we get either Gearsu or Blue here. He might not be on Gearsu because he's playing Alistair.
And Peter coming in for some pretty big damage.
4,900 damage. It's interesting the way Peter has built his deck. It's like a lot better at this version of the game state, right? Like he's not trying to do the full combo. Like having Fenrir and Unicorn in your field, that's enough.
Yeah, Peter now as well
And
gets
you're-
to look through that extra deck. Rip out
He
the
sure
one
does.
Card that's a problem.
I think he is on one copy of Morningstar, which is again like unfortunate because that is one of your most generic sort of like high impact extra deck cards.
You can either go through Morningstar or maybe get rid of something.
Oh, he's
Spirit
on
Guide,
two.
but-
He's on two. I can see a second one. Another deck that I'm a huge fan of, Mekk-Knights. I love Mekk-Knights. I think they're so much fun. They're like, what if Kashtiras were like less good, you know? No disrespect. I mean, Purple Nightfall's better than any Kashtira monster, but, you know, summoning it, hard, difficult.
Yeah, it's almost like a Kashtira deck with just more more requirements, I suppose.
I think it was printed at a time where the idea of just getting like a free, 2,500 attack point monster was like a big deal.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we're just like, oh yeah, like every deck has that.
If you're Peter here, do you go into the Arise Heart? Because I mean, that does put you under threat for like things like Kaiju's off the top of the deck. Do you feel like
I think it's
leaving a state of the free gestures is a better idea, or do you?
I would go Shangri here.
Yeah.
Because it basically leaves you with the exact same field plus
an exit.
Like a grind game engine, right?
I think so too.
There's like no downside, in my opinion. Arise Heart, yeah, like you've seen the Gamma Seals, you know that's like a very staple card in the Mekk-Knight list. Probably keep it in even for going first. So yeah, just ending on the Shangri era. We're going to use that in the standby phase. That is a Dark Ruler no more. That is actually very impactful here.
It's I would definitely help him clear this field. Obviously.
No, because we can resolve Purple Nightfall again here. Completely free, activate Blue Sky. Like that's pretty valuable.
It's pretty
we
good.
know he has the Blue Sky in hand, and he can search another card with Purple Nightfall.
So we are going to go standby phase.
Yeah, we're just using it now. Makes sense. Purple Nightfall, one of the best cards ever printed, in my opinion. Like, it's Wind Up Rabbit, but it goes +1 every time on both players' turns. That's pretty good. I would say that is a good card.
Again to choose again another extract monster. Checking out the grave as well. Maybe just gonna start. Yep, getting rid of the secure guard now. Stopping Harrison from getting the easy access to the Invoked Mekaba.
And there's a zone.
Too much.
First one. Peter did 0 of this in his last match. Choosing to actually, this might actually be kind of relevant against Mekk-Knight.
Mekk-Knight, yeah, for sure. Like choosing that's.
I mean, he's got plenty of options here.
Yeah, so he does get to set the Dark Ruler.
Yeah.
And he will get to summon the Blue Sky.
So Blue Sky for 1 here. One of the issues I always have with Mekk-Knights is like there's only so many playable Mekk-Knights. So one of the issues is kind of like you start resolving all your effects and you run out of search targets like really quickly. Like blue could probably search like a spare copy of purple, and then purple could summon, but that's it. That's your resource train done.
Peter letting this one resolve. He still has that Ash Blossom in hand, so holding that for something else.
I think you probably Ash this. Like realistically, I guess you could play around exactly Alistair, because something like Purgatrio would be very strong here.
There's triple tactics talents as well that Harrison has. So
True, could be playing around that as well. There's another set. It's a shame blocked zones don't count as columns. We have Indigo Eclipse in hand?
Yeah, he searched that off.
So we have red and indigo, kind of huge. Have yet to use the Fenrir, right?
Correct, yeah. I reckon Peter may have had the read here that...
I kind of would have Dark Rulered there. I'm not going to lie. I think maybe Dark Ruling there could have been value.
No,
look at that. Blocking the zone. Wait. Now we're going to take control. I assume this deck plays Zeus. Nope, drawing cards.
He's trying to draw, then the Ash Blossom comes down. I think Harrison's punished there.
I think the Dark Ruler was totally the play, and now we have nothing.
Now it's like kind of just stuck with his own zones. He's locked himself out.
I don't think he considered the fact that Peter Bird could lock the monster zone, and there it is.
Yeah.
The concession. Wow, so close, but so far.
I mean, well played by Peter Bird.
The Shangri era mattered. I really liked that.
That was really cool. Seeing him block out those zones against Mekk-Knight. I think Harrison maybe could have flipped up that Dark Ruler, and it would have potentially would still be commentating over the game. But that is the end of the top 4 match. Peter Bird taking that one out 2-1. Pretty close though.
It was, and like legitimately was quite back and forth. I enjoyed that match.
Yeah, so Peter Bird heads to the final. We will find out very shortly who he'll be having.
I think that's on.
Yep, you can see it now. Congratulations, Peter, for making the final. Harrison, Reservations came close.
Yep.
Obviously, a couple of Wii players that could have gone either way there. It was a tight game though throughout. I mean, we were in a very simplified game state throughout most of that game. We just saw that Kashtira manages to play in that game state a tiny bit better than what Mekk-Knight could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I call Kashtira, better Mekk-Knight sometimes. They're just a little bit more free, unfortunately, especially when they start blocking out your zones and you can't use the columns. That was quite a high-level play, I thought. But good job, Harrison. That was a great showing from the deck, showing that Mekk-Knight Invoked still a contender like this format.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was very happy figuring out locking out the zones and basically shutting him down. Because
It's like a new level of hate for Mekk-Knight. I'm so sad.
well,
We saw game one, Peter. Obviously, you had the droll Lockbird come down against you. Then I think you might have had a moment where you forgot that you were under droll unlock when you tributed for the unicorn.
Yes.
And that was where you were punished with the Gamma Seal.
yeah, I forgot about Droll and Lock, and that cost me. Really,
We thought you were going to cross out the drop, because I know you're playing one, right?
yeah, I had the cross out too, so I really messed up that.
We just
messed up that hand, and I was like, I still had plays, and I lost my train of thought. And
yeah,
well, that's,
I've been there.
that's what cost me that game. But because if I cross out, then I have full combo. I think that's pretty.
A classic case of picking both lines at the same time and realizing halfway through that actually you probably should have done neither. But it's good, you won. I mean, you managed to pull it back after that. And yeah, just unfortunate how the zones paired out, Harrison.
Yeah, and that game 3 hand, it was nice, but as soon as I saw that Ash, it was over. Yeah,
Yep.
because I was tempted. Maybe I steal something and I Link make Morningstar, but there wasn't really much point because he
Still
had,
loses to Ash.
Yeah, still loses to Ash, as well as the 2 bodies he had on the field were both bigger than Morningstar.
Yep.
We did wonder as well with the Dark Rule No More that you had face down, if you had maybe flipped that up before
Yeah.
Fenrir
Yeah.
activated, you could have maybe gone down a different route there as well. But,
Yeah, I was fully hanging everything on the tactics draw. That was it. And that's the reason why I did
Yep.
the Dark Ruler, because I would have, and then maybe played it a bit different, but yeah, I was just wanting him to use Fenrir so I could then tactics.
Yeah.
But in the end,
That's
it didn't
fair.
really matter.
Yeah.
Punished by the Ash in the end, yeah.
No, that's a
Uh,
fair line. Like, you want to make sure he uses the Fenrir.
Yeah.
But congratulations for making top 4 with Invoked Mekk-Knight. I mean, that's no mean feat.
Yeah, cheers.
And good luck, Peter, for the final. And we'll be back shortly to bring you the final of the regional in Dunedin.
Thank you very much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
The Dudson.
The Dudson has made a final of yet another Dunedin tournament.
It's unstoppable.
Will he finally have his Dunedin crown knocked off by Peter Bird, like the man who used to run the Dunedin scene for so long? We had Keegan, obviously, with the runic Naturia there, being taken out by Mathmech with Andrew Judson. So, yeah, I mean, both players 5-1. No undefeated player left in the tournament. Both of these players have had a loss, but that doesn't matter when you make the final.
I think Keegan was the only one without a loss, so good effort from Keegan. His deck looked incredible, and no doubt that Dudson is like a good player to lose to, like one of the strongest players, I'd say, at this event. And playing a deck like Mathmech, which we saw win the Yu-Gi-Oh! Open and then proceed to win a significant number of things after that in New Zealand. It's been taking kind of a sweep.
Yeah, and Kashtira as well. Obviously, finally getting some decent regional results. I mean, that's one thing that the deck's definitely lacked since coming out, is it hasn't quite had the results to back up its price tag, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think what happened at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Open was a lot of people going for the kind of classic Kashtira play. And Peter Bird has been showing pretty effortlessly like what going for less can do for you, I think.
I think it's a deck that's played very similarly to things like Zodiac in the past, where if you overextend too much, you can get punished pretty badly. But if you play like a control sort of variant, as you saw there in a simplified game state, it can be a very effective deck.
I agree. Yeah, I'm excited to see what it can do versus Mathmech in the next round. I'm not sure how far away we are, but if both have been decided, I think it'll be pretty soon, right? Just be bringing the players over, getting the old deck boxes dusted off.
Yeah, I mean,